I will take that corner. Oh, sorry.
So let's make it. Do you hear us? Yes, no? Can you hear us, guys?
Yes, I see. Yes.
All right. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Please go ahead.
Sorry.
Papierstücke. Oh. Okay. Okay, guys. It's again Arthur, Martin, and our very special guest.
Hey guys, 3D print man over here.
3D print man over here. All right. You guys can, of course, drop us your questions. Every question is very welcomed about us, about the printer, etc., etc. We have today agenda. We will go one topic after the other to explain a bit more about us and the printer. Hello, Richard. Wobbly camera stand. All right, I will not touch the camera anymore. Second, maybe like that.
Perfect.
That's way less wobbly.
Well, it's live, guys. Come on.
Right. All right. First of all, for the maybe somebody just says yes if you're the first time here. If you haven't participated last week, please just write a yes. Means I'm a first time here. Just write a yes, because we want to know who's the first time here with us, who has been already with us, so that we know on what topic we should focus on more rather than, yeah. Please use your keyboard, type in a yes or no, or just a yes if you're the first time here.
I also see my buddy Zachary online. Zachary, can you please tweet that we are live for us? Is that possible that you do that for us?
Actually, not only Zachary.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
If possible.
No. Zachary says no, he was already with us last time.
Yeah. Oh, I did already. Thank you, Zach. Well, if the rest can help us out a little bit too, that would be great.
Yes. All right. Just a second.
I think, yeah, there. Oh.
All right, guys. Today, we give you a short introduction about the history of belt printing from iFactory, our history, and Martin, how did it start 2.5 years ago? Did it start actually 2.5 years ago, or did you actually experiment on belt printing before? Please give us and our audience a bit deeper view on that.
Yes, so I started with 3D printing in 2012 with a Mendel Max. That was my first printer. Then I bought a lot of printers because I really loved that after 1 hour you have the object that you just designed in your hands. That was my magic moment. And then I did more crazy builds. I did a 3D printer meetup that I led every week, where we built crazy printers like the hang printer, like an extruder. We made our own filament, so really crazy stuff. And then I saw a belt printer. I was fascinated by the idea. At this moment, we needed a lot of 3D printed parts ourselves, so we also had the necessity for something like this. So I built one for us. And that was 2.5 years ago. And at the same time, we were working together already. And you saw that machine, and that's how it started.
So you built one, and what happened to that? What you built? Did you open source it, or what happened to that?
Yeah, it is open source because at the same time there was the open source festival in Düsseldorf, where we celebrate open source. And I showed this printer at this fair, at this open source festival. So I thought, yeah, when I show this printer at this open source festival, it better be open source. So I made it open source, and I got a lot of good feedback. I was printing the whole day on the open source festival. We actually got to know this shoemaker that we printed the shoes on this printer.
Yeah, shoemaker is third generation.
Yeah. One of the really old ones that are going extinct. Yeah.
Interesting.
But they are trying new stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And yeah.
All right. So we had earlier version of that machine. We went to the garage lab, which is like a maker space here in Düsseldorf, in order to assemble another one or two versions. I think we did assemble there, and we left this printer with the garage lab for nearly 2 years, so that they were printing, I don't know, for example, in Corona face masks, and in the meantime we have perfectionized them. We have built several prototypes of belt printers. And the biggest issue, the biggest difficulty always was the belt. And Martin, explain a little bit the history on the belt research and why are we using this particular belt, because there was as well a question about the belt. Give us insight on that.
So we started with these belts. These are made from thick industrial aluminum foil. And PET tape. So we made these ourselves on a calendering machine. Sorry, on a big laminator, not on a calendar. And then we got to these kinds of belts. These are nylon belts, and they do work, but they don't last that long. You get a lot of residue left. And the prints are okay, but the quality is not that good. So this was like the first one that was quite good. Then we had again with PET tape printers where we attached the tape to, but so putting something on the surface, having a glue or having a tape on the belt, this is against this idea of automation. Yeah. When all the time you have to put new tape on it, there are parts coming off, you need to apply something. This is against the whole idea of the printer. So we searched for longer, tried different belts, different tapes, different surfaces, these kinds of belts, very strange ones, everything we could get in our hands.
It's a sort of fabric, right?
Yeah, this is a fabric belt, but it's not stable enough.
No.
And then finally we went to the belt we have today. So this is the material for the iFactory one, and this is thick, sturdy. This is already with the smaller finger joint with a special surface that you at the entire belt have the same surface.
So the belt that is already coming to our backers in December is with a very similar connection. Similar because the original that we gave it back to the company that's producing them for us, and it's a very, very advanced belt coming from one of the top players in belt production in the world, and the belts are actually made in Germany. Here you can see on the side what it looks like, and it's very, very, very high quality stuff. And actually, how long can you print on that? How many objects, and what about the durability of such a belt?
So these belts are made for the industry. So they are made to last long. So these are from this manufacturer. And what's special about this manufacturer, why everybody buys their belts, because they have the longest durability. Because nobody wants their belt to be exchanged, that the production stops. And this is the work that can happen. So they pay more for the belt, no problem, when it lasts longer. And we have used these now for over a month in our printing farm, and we have no belt failing on us. So so far, these should be very durable, but there will be numbers coming. So now we have the finger joint in the final version. We will do calculations, simulations, tests with the manufacturer to give an somehow accurate number.
And there's a question: how do you stitch the end together? Maybe you can comment that.
Yeah, so we don't do it. The manufacturer does it for us. So it's professionally made, not by us. And it's a finger joint. So you put this in a special press, and then you have this finger cutter, and this cuts out this big zigzag stuff, and then you put them together, and then they get heated, and then they have a special foil on top, and I think also on the bottom, and then this gets heated, melts, impregnates this, and then it's like a weld. So it's like a weld made in plastic. So it's very strong.
Did we ask your question? Did you respond to your question? Well enough.
Cool. What also is good to say about the belts, that they are material sticking to the belts really well. There's some sort of profile on here, and I don't know, but I tried PPG and PLA so far, obviously the two most used materials, but I didn't have problems so far on the new belts. The older belts, yeah, you might have some issues that the prints will bend a little bit or came loose actually from the belt, but with these belts, I didn't have it so far. So it's promising. Yeah.
Martin, regarding the material you can print on the belt, what are these?
So PLA and PETG, obviously, this is also what we print most of the time, but you can also do ABS on this, nylon, TPU, basically all the materials, because it's not a chemical bonding. It is actually bonded by the roughness of the surface of the belt.
There was a particular question about the material. Well, to anonymous. Basically, it's a polymer-based belt. The exact mixture we're not saying. It took us over 2 years in finding out that. So this is our small little company, his secret. Right, then peak. Was it the question, peak?
Yeah, if it can be printed on this machine, but I don't think so.
What?
Peak.
No, it's not enclosed. No,
not enclosed.
And the hot end
needs,
cannot do this. Yeah.
It needs a lot more heat for that. So, or did you mean the belt? If it was peak? No, it's not.
That would be too expensive.
Yeah.
Martin, how comes we're not using metal belts?
So we tried metal belts, and they don't work that great. And you also have the problem that you need to put some tape on the belt.
Yeah.
So and then it's actually the tape, because on the metal the polymer would stick so well that you would not be able to remove it anymore. And the metal belt is against the entire idea to have it fully automatic, because then you always rip off the tape, you have to remove it, you have to apply the tape somehow, and that is very hard to do by the customer itself. So and metal belts are super expensive.
Yeah.
So we got quotes on them, and the polymer belts are way better.
Does it mean that the metal belt makes sense for a B2B customer who would spend more money? What can you say on that?
No. Also, don't think that the P2B customers want to put the tape on the belts by themselves and exchanging the tape all the time.
Right, there was a question about, it's in German, aber die Naht ist doch minimal höher als der Riemen selbst. Gibt es da Probleme mit dem First Layer, auch wenn es kein traditionelles First Layer gibt?
Hier ist genau dieselbe Höhe.
Can you maybe translate it, what the question was, and then respond to that in English?
So the question was if the joint is higher than the rest of the belt. No, it's not higher. We started a lot of prints on the joint. It's no problem, even if it's like a little bit taller. It does not affect the print, so that's no problem.
Okay, Martin, you talked about printing. You brought something with you. What did you want to show to the community of various print testing?
Of course, we have our Kickstarter test that we like to show off. Show it in the camera.
Here I
So
go.
This is a test developed by Kickstarter and Autodesk, and this to compare 3D printers, so to make them more comparable. And this is a 30 of 30 points Kickstarter test, so it has the full points. It has no stringing, super long bridges. It does not need any support, and the dimensional accuracy is phenomenal. So it just crashes this test, and this really shows how good of a print quality you can get on a belt printer.
And I can vouch for that because I'm looking at it with my own two eyes, not through camera, but it's insane. The quality is really, it is amazing. So just for test print, this is perfect. So it can only get better, guys.
Yeah, you still need to remember this is a first generation belt printer. It is our first printer, so there's still a lot of room for this technology to make belt printers even better.
What is the printer printing right now?
The printer is printing one of the feet.
So maybe mention what are we printing ourselves for the printer?
What parts are printed?
Yes, what parts are printed by us?
So the feet are printed. That's what we do at the moment. The camera mount is printed. The case for the Raspberry Pi is printed. And the holder for the filament runout sensor. This is also printed. That's all.
So that means Zachary, based on your comment on the first generation, is asking, is there a second version gonna come?
Yeah, of course. We are already working on it. There will be bigger versions of this one. We have one here at the moment that is very exciting because it's super big.
Like an upgrade. Are we going to have version 1, version 2, version 3 of that one?
Yes, I think we are going to do an upgrade version of this one with some changed components and some improvements. And we are also going to do a printer that is our fully custom design. So that is also something that we are working on.
What does mean fully custom design? I mean,
it's an entirely different printer, completely made with belt printers in mind.
And before you guys are going to ask me on my socials, I don't know anything. So news will come out when it is there. Yeah.
So Martin, just to let me to summarize, because some people are saying we have stolen an open source that actually you open sourced. We have stolen your open source by creating an own printer with you. And now you're saying we're going to do something else, something different?
Yeah, also.
Interesting. Martin, what else we have?
So we also did some test prints because there were questions, where are the limits of this machine? So we did some quick prints. This cube was done at 200 millimeters per second. So that is quite a decent cube. And here we also have a cube that was printed at 300 millimeters per second.
Wait again. What?
Yeah, so this one is 200 millimeters per second.
200 millimeters per second, ladies and gentlemen. My camera's. My camera isn't. Yeah, it got it. Yeah. Here.
That's nice.
Yeah. And this one is the 300 milliliter millimeter per second. I need to probably get a better camera. And where are the videos of these fast prints? Rushmere 3D. Actually, it's a good question. Where are the videos?
Somewhere, yeah.
Where are they?
We have them.
I can respond to that. I actually was telling the guys that we will bring out some videos on because we printed 001 millimeter, we printed 002 successfully, 005, and of course the other ones. And we have the recording, and the problem on our side, we have various printers that we did the print on, and it's saved on the Raspberry Pi. And because we have 8 to 10 printers, I gave the task to find from what printer it was. We found nearly all videos, but one video we didn't find, so we had to do it again. And I need to ask my colleagues about that. And yeah, we will release it. We have the videos. Is that 200 and 300 requested speed or actual speed? What is the difference between requested speed or actual speed?
Was the speed that we set in the slicer.
All right. What else do we have on the table?
Yeah, we also have some cubes that we printed at these low layer heights.
Yeah, that's insane.
Maybe give me the entire piece.
Yeah.
The entire piece.
You will love this.
So, okay. So, I hope people can see that. Yay! So the camera is on that. So,
A little bit. Printer is in my face. Yeah.
Can you guys see that? All right. So we're doing actually testing, and keep in mind that when I say we did successful testing, that's the first generation of testing. That because we didn't have the need to print at 001, and it doesn't mean that we're going to be better than SLA for a lot of structures, because keep in mind that the typical CAD images items are sliced for Cartesian printers. So if you want to, I don't know, print an angel or something like super complicated that it took hours or days to model for a Cartesian printer, that has to be as well modeled for the belt printer as well to achieve the very high quality. So it's not for all parts by default. Our printer has shown amazing results for functional parts especially. And if you want to really have, like, I don't know, crazy things, I mean, we have printed cars. We have as well like miniature cars. The prints were okay, but not perfect, because it takes us more time to really prepare it for a belt printer. So you have to have a shift in terms of the way you slice them. Right, Richard, you're asking a very, very good question. Where will you upload? Actually, I thought of uploading them on Facebook, maybe YouTube, because we at the moment we feel that, or we have a lack of people of creating content in our team, because we are so busy with Kickstarter stuff, social media,
and making the printers.
And making the printers. So we actually don't have like a marketing person sitting and putting all the stuff and making nice videos for you guys. So what we can do, actually, what we already sent to some backers and to some people on Facebook, We just sent the original videos we did with the camera. No marketing bullshit. We sent the video the way it is. That's it. It's simply because a matter of time, because we're not a 1,000 people company, but just like 16 people, and we hire now people. But we haven't yet a marketing person to give it like in a super nice way. Right. Have you done any full width belt printers? Full width belt printers.
No, belt prints. So full width.
Prints, sorry. Full.
I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
I'm not sure what the why this was that we did so far. I'm not sure.
Okay.
10, 15 centimeters or so.
Look, I will write that down because it's a valid question. It's like as well challenge accepted because we need to show what the baby
actually be a good test.
What the baby is capable of.
Next time after speed and resolution.
Rushmere. Right, Rushmere.
And Rushmere, James, to answer your other question about the screen, why is it changing all the time? There's a little bug in there, but obviously that will be out of there once the units get shipped. But that's why it's changing all the time.
Yeah, maybe Martin, what happened to the screen? I mean, we changed the screen for a better one. Why?
Yeah, so before that we had a resistive touch screen. Now it's a capacitive touch screen we have because this is connected over the DSI cable to the Raspberry Pi. So actually the GPIO ports of the Raspberry Pi are now free. So you can use them for any accessory. You can have filament sensors, buttons, everything you like. With the screen before, that would not be possible. And these screens, of course, the capacitive touch is way better to use, way easier to touch. And it has a higher resolution, and it's actually a little bit cheaper also.
I was nagging about, you know, for me, the other screen looks like we're back in the 90s. For some makers, they got used to, super cool, great. I mean, you always can downgrade it if you want, but we are now in the 21st century where my phone has, I don't know, 100 megapixel camera. That's why at least you guys should have a nice capacitive screen too. So this is, I was pushing on that. Right. Did you bring any more interesting or maybe we can
dinosaurs?
From our pictures, you know that you love dinosaurs, especially toys, because we have used actually the dinosaurs in one of our clips with the family. So we had to print like 30 different dinosaurs, and they are moving by default. And this was actually a print by one of our colleagues who started to learn 3D printing, and he printed one of his first prints.
Yeah, that's the wrong part. Wait.
One of his prints was a jaw of a T-Rex.
It just broke. I did that. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit yeah. So, so let's continue. Let's continue with our special guest, the 3D print man.
Hi guys, I'm the 3D print man. My name is Bart, and I'm from the Netherlands. I met these guys via Instagram. I was chatting to them on Instagram, and they actually gave me a reply there. Yeah, maybe first better to tell how I came into 3D printing, right? Well, I started 3D printing a long time ago, but I actually had a long break, so I didn't do anything for years. I had an old 3D printer from a friend of mine. Didn't do anything for years, and after that I found out about 3D printing again, and actually because of Joel Telling's videos, 3D Printing Nerd, and I found it so interesting that I picked it up again, and yeah, the ball started rolling. I got one cheap Chinese printer. I'm not gonna name the brand, but it was a Chinese clone Prusa i3. And once that happened, I got hooked on it, and I got more and more printers. Then I started working as a beta tester, external beta tester, that is for Prusa research. So I got some more Prusa printers as well. I'm a huge fan of that brand also. Yeah, and that's how the ball started rolling. Filament manufacturers came to me to ask if I wanted to test their materials and stuff like that. And yeah, that's how it all started out for me. And then I met Arthur and Martin online, to go back a couple of years, or go forward a couple of years. And we started talking about belt printers, and in particular this one, the iFactory one. And these guys decided to send me one to test it out for them. And it actually is a lot of fun to test it out, because yeah, it was a brand new printer, a brand new how do you say it? Iteration, right? Yeah, you have Prusa styles, core XYZs, and you have belt printers. This was something totally new for me, so it was a lot of fun to start assembling it. The assembly itself was fairly easy. It's just as normal as any other printer kit. I didn't have that many problems. Some minor things, that the motors, for example, they need to be placed on the outside, but I was placing them more on the inside. So the belts touched, but yeah, you learn that as you build the machine on the way. The manual is very clear actually, but like many makers, you guys know how it goes. The manual is only to look at pictures, don't read anything, and just build the machine, right? Well, it's better with machines like this to actually read some parts of the manual, so you will have less problems. But I didn't have that much problems during the assembly actually. It's a very easy build. It's well built. It's strong. The only thing I had slightly difficulties with was installing the belt, but again, that was because it was the first time for me installing a belt on a hotbed. It's placed on a frame, and you need to get that exactly right. So
how long did it take you to assemble that?
I took my time, so I think totally 4 hours, but yeah, that was because I took my time. I also shot some videos for my YouTube channel. I still need to upload them, sorry guys, but I'm not a YouTuber in general. It's coming, but not yet. But that's why it took me a little bit longer. So yeah, if you need to operate the cameras and all that stuff.
And because actually Zach had quite an interesting point. Is this machine for people that are already in 3D printing for some time, know how it works, or can the kit be even is it possible even for a beginner, or should the beginner even go for semi-assembled?
I think yeah, it depends. If you're a little bit technical, I'm sure a little bit technical. So not 3D printing, but a little bit technical, I'm sure you can assemble it, because it's not that hard at all. If you follow the steps from the assembly guide, it will work fine for you. If you're not that experienced, I might go for a semi-assembled one. So on the semi-assembled one, the belt is assembled, and yeah, right? So you only need to build the gantry, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would go for that one. But I'm sure everybody can manage to build this printer.
So actually, even though you're not a YouTuber, Mr. Rickard, a very like our ambassador, he is actually saying, "Hey, man, we want those figures."
Yeah, it's coming. But I'm busy too, guys.
So become a YouTuber now. Like,
yeah, I will become a YouTuber next. I'm already on Instagram and Twitter, as some of you might know, but YouTube is my next step, and it will be good. I promise you that.
What would be actually quite interesting to ask you guys? What would you prefer to have in order to support the assembly processes? Would you rather to watch videos and like have snippets, or would you like just to have a high quality manual? Because at the moment the manual is made in CID with different colors,
Yeah.
etc., etc. Or would you even go for pictures? Please let us know what you prefer.
In the manual, pictures or from cut. So
cut or video.
yeah.
How would you love to have it? There was a question actually before. I was to Martin while the guys are responding to that. There was a question about can you? It's like nice that you're showing different qualities and so on.
Mhm.
Okay, but what's the recommended print size and quality for daily usage for somebody who wants to print a lot?
Yeah, that's actually very similar what you would print on a normal printer.
Yeah.
So
0.2 with a 0.4 nozzle.
Yeah.
And 20% infill. It's same as on any other printer. Yeah.
And what can you do in order to speed up the printing process? I know that you can even upgrade the printer even more. What are the options for people to their own customize their own printer to make it even faster in terms of printing process?
Regarding the hardware.
Regarding the hardware,
Good question. Make the hot end lighter.
Yeah.
Even lighter. Maybe have an extruder with 2 gears, so it has a better grip, and you can print really fast. And yeah, I mean golden is actually the fastest. That would help. Maybe more cooling, and of course a bigger hot end. So if you put like a super volcano on this printer, that is possible. You can print ridiculously fast with this.
we had yesterday quite some interesting backers from YouTube who came over. It's guys from North Rhine-Westphalia, close to our place, and they said, "Hey, iFactory 3D, we'd love if you give us more upgraded versions in terms of better hot end, etc., etc." What do you guys think of that? Should we go for like a standard iFactory 1 and then you just upgrade it yourself, or should we actually test various hot ends, test it ourselves, and then recommend you for what to go for? We would be interested in your opinion in that as well. And secondly, we were asked how we position ourselves regarding our opinion about cloned or not cloned, original or not original.
Yeah.
And this is something we would like to ask you guys too, because what so far we have seen, a lot of people go for the affordable ones or cheaper technology ones. What do you guys think of this? If it's cloned but good result, would you go for a cloned one, or you prefer the original even if it's that on a higher price for that? Please let us know your opinion, because you really participate then in the development of the more updated versions, and of course in the services and products that we're gonna supply you with. First of all, thank you on that. All right, coming back to Bart.
Yes.
What do you think? Because you're printing for several years, you're a beta tester for other companies. What would you use this printer for? Why somebody needs a belt printer?
Well, you can do lots of things with it. I myself was thinking to, I don't know how you called it in English, but you have that plaster work, right? On the ceiling and stuff like that. You can do ornaments. Is that the same word in English?
Probably.
Yeah, I think ornaments and stuff like that would be cool. Obviously, you can do a lot of cosplay stuff, like swords and axes and things like that. Yeah, but the possibilities are endless. Obviously, you can print things in series, what is really good for me most of the time, because sometimes I have customers that need many prints, like 100 pieces or something. So you can start this printer and just let it run for a week. But longer prints, yeah. LED holders, stuff like that. So you can print long profiles where you can put in an LED light, stuff like that. Yeah, anything really, anything long. I was actually thinking also, because we did the enclosure for Prusa i3 Mark III's, the IKEA log table, we can actually print that ourselves at some point. just the table itself can go in two, glue it together and print the feet or something like that. So yeah, anything.
So, guys, we appreciate that you're commenting on the original versus clone. Please continue. It's very important to have your opinion. We're not big fans of cloned or copycats, etc., etc. But you just know yourself. At the moment, especially during Corona times, budget is always a topic. So what would you go for? A clone original, but the original is, for example, double the price or even five times the price of a clone. What do you prefer? Please let us know.
And I know, guys, that you prefer to have genuine parts and all that stuff, but this printer would be way more expensive. So yeah, like any other printer that starts out, or any other printer for makers, we like to upgrade them ourselves also. So yeah, for most people like us, it's not a problem to upgrade these things. We can install new extruders, new hot ends, whatever, you know. You can make it as crazy as you want. So yeah.
And because everything is open source, it's very easy to upgrade it.
Yeah.
So you can change the firmware, you get it from us, all the parts. It's all standard parts, so it's very easy to add a new extruder.
And also for some people it's important, right? Because they buy a very good working Prusa i3 or something like that. It doesn't matter, Ultimaker, but they still will upgrade it while it's not necessary at all. So yeah, whatever you want to do with this machine is possible, and that's why I think it's really good as it is already.
So far we've been talking about the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe please give some deeper insight on the software part.
That's Martin's.
What do you want to know? So what software were you using? How we adapted that? How complicated is it for a maker or a user that is using normally Cartesian printer to get used to the new way of slicing and making prints?
So the firmware on the printer is Marlin, so standard Marlin, what everybody's using. So that is quite easy. On the Raspberry Pi we have Octoprint with OctoScreen that is customized with our settings and a little bit in the colors. And then the slicer, we have the Cura iFactory edition. So it is a Cura-based slicer, but that is specially made for Bell printers. And this does all the slicing like you normally know it. This is not any different. You just need to mind the orientation because that is completely different.
Yeah.
The first time you get a knot in your head and you have to rethink the orientation because this printer prints different than the normal printers, and that's it. You basically get all the software from us that you need for your workflow, and everything has good settings from the beginning to start from, and that's it.
By the way, because my colleagues are in the chat as well, and they're writing that we have the videos of the various prints, and they will give them to me so we can give it to you guys latest tomorrow. Bart, how easy or how complicated was it to work with the software?
Not at all. I had some issues with extruder steps when I was building my unit. Why? I don't know, but that was the only thing that needed fixing. For the rest, everything worked fine. The only thing you need to do once you start a printer is, yeah, it's not level the bed, right?
Yeah, you need to level the bed, of course.
Yeah, you need to level the bed a little bit, but bring the nozzle to the correct height of the belt, and that's the only thing really to make it work. But for the rest, I didn't have any issues with firmware so far.
So guys, please post questions because today you have Mr. D3D Printman over here, so it's very important. He has the printer for a week now, that he gives you first-hand experience. because many of you are waiting that the 3D print nerd, 3D print nerd, 3D print nerd,
Joel, 3D
Joel,
printing nerds.
that Joel
Yeah.
does a video. So what we can already update you on is that Mr. William Steele, the Titan of belt printing, has received the printer. That he wrote us that he's going to assemble it today, yesterday.
I think yesterday he started.
So yesterday he started. So within this or last 24 hours, it's basically he's doing that. Then the process is that he's gonna send the printer, ship the printer to Joel, and that we're looking forward. I think you guys are looking forward that one of the big YouTubers is gonna talk about that. We have yesterday, no, 2 days ago, shipped the printer to Canada. I will not say yet who received that, but it's quite a large channel with over 70,000 followers on YouTube. And once the print arrives safely, then we will disclose with you guys next week. Then, is the software open source? Is the hardware open source? Do we have any terms for backers in terms of, I don't know, we open source if we do 1 million or so, or we do it by default, and when are we going to do that?
So after the campaign, everything will be open source. Yeah. But when it's finished, so the hardware is finished, that will be open source immediately.
Yeah.
Software, when it's really good enough to publish it. Yeah.
That means when we talk about when it's finished, means the hardware we can already quite open. Basically, in March, you talk about March, or you talk about
earlier. So of course, when the first people receive the printer, they should have access to some version of the printer. Of course, we will ship them with something running, with the running software, maybe not with all the features. We will bring that later with an update, but that of course will be open source when the people receive the printer.
So with Christmas, that is.
Yeah, Christmas.
Christmas. So what we offer basically to the Christmas backers is a 50% discount if the printer will not be there, at least with the first try of delivery before the 20. If it arrives before, it's all fine. But if it should arrive later with the first try, then you get a 50% cash back on your account. This is what we do. If that does not happen, you just send us your bank account details, and we will issue a return. What else we're gonna do for the Christmas backers? They're gonna get a full package of our merchandise. Our merchandise, you can see one of the posters over there. It's basically the bigger version of that. So that's actually our calibration card. Yes, now you can see it. It's the company of iFactory, because it's from the series called Printuminati, which is 13 steps of the Illuminati here, with the new print order in Make Us We Trust, and we even have a t-shirt with a Make Us We Trust, and of course, Build, Print, Make. And here's the To Printfinity and Beyond, and we have as well a t-shirt with that. It's like a universe of that, and that's the calibration card. You're going to have several of them in each box. You're going to have our entire collection of the t-shirts. It's going to be 4 or 5 t-shirts are going to be inside the box. So this is all the Christmas backers are going to have inside. And Bart, last week you mentioned that you like my t-shirt.
Yeah.
You remember when I had this pyramid printer basically from the side, the printer on my t-shirt. So today we spoke about that you really liked our collection.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're gonna do there?
I don't know, man. I would. Shall we do a giveaway or something?
Thanking to your community, because Show us your tattoos. Show us your tattoos. Show us.
This is gonna be my new tattoo, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it needs to go here, right? That
So-
would be awesome. Who's gonna pay me if I put this one? No.
No, but,
Joke.
but the point is, I mean, Bart just lives that. So when he saw my T-shirts, I just thought today to myself, okay, how can we support your community with that? Is by, for example, we can give you various T-shirts.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I don't. You decide what to do. I mean, these T-shirts come from us to you. Use them with your community. Interact with them. Give them for free. I don't know what you do, but definitely we want to support you.
I can give some stuff away, guys. So that's really cool. Soon on that more. More on that soon. Not bad for a Dutch guy, right?
Yeah. So who of you guys would like to have T-shirts from our collection? Just write us here, and we will publish as well the different designs of the T-shirts. They're already on our Kickstarter, but they haven't been like highlighted. But there's an entire concept behind that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of conspiracy theory, because I believe there are some bigger powers behind, and some Illuminati and so on and so on. So they say new world order, and with the belt printing, it's about the new print order, the 45 degrees print order that's going to come, and hopefully become as dominant as the Cartesian printers out there.
So if you pledge for a printer like this, you will be automatically become a member of the Print Illuminati. So keep that in mind, guys.
Yes, the Christmas backers are going to be definitely
Yeah.
some print Illuminatis. All right, questions coming. Did anyone catch who will get 50% discount? Again, if you're a Christmas backer and we start shipping the printers after the 10th, something about after the 10th of December, maybe some days before, depends where we send them to. And the point for us is,
Oh, yeah.
I don't care about the shipping cost.
Super.
If we have to, we're gonna pay $300 to UPS that they get you the printer within 2 or 3 days. It took now to our new influencer, or the guy who's gonna do a video, 48 hours to ship the printer from us to Canada, to some small city in the big somewhere in Canada. So if we have to be fast, we're gonna make sure we will deliver on time. That's about shipping. And if something happens that you don't have the first delivery before the 22nd of December, we will issue you 50% refund on your bank account. I hope that was clear. If not, drop me a message and we will yeah. Now it's a question: is the hardware of the printer finalized, or might it be changed before the shipping out?
Hardware is finalized. Yeah.
Yep, hardware is finalized. Cool. Right. I'm looking for questions. Give me more questions. Another topic that so far nobody asked now is the topic of Printer Guard. What is Printer Guard? Printer Guard is a software based on deep learning, or AI, with a camera attached behind, like a small pyramid here.
Near my finger.
That is monitoring the printer. Of course, you can monitor the printer anytime you want, but as well as failures might occur. Depends on the slicing, depends on the model. It always can happen. Then you have a software like a buddy that is notifying you what's going on, what's the status. Printer God, we haven't yet fully finalized the business model. We're definitely going to have a freemium version for several hours of monitoring per month. And for the hardcore users who want to really use that on every day, a lot of hours, then there will be like a paid version. And for the ones of you who are going to have a printer farm, there's going to be like a special deal, because obviously somebody who has 10 printers or 20 or even 100 will receive a special deal. There has to be a business model, because we pay for servers. Nobody's going to give us for free all these Amazon servers, even though Amazon will give us, for example, a voucher. After some months, it's off, and that's it. We can't pay it from our own pocket. Yeah, that's why there's a business model behind. Plus, it's important for you that we're going to continuously improve the algorithm. So with every day, the algorithm is getting better and better and better. That's an important message on our side. Plus, it's not only recognizing spaghetti, it's going to recognize 5 problems. Yes, 5 problems. Right. Okay. Steve is asking, okay, Christmas Becker who now with added extension kit. The extension kit is going to come only in March, so we can't ship any extension kits in December. It's simply of logistics issues. Or should there be an open flash sale now? Yeah, it's unfortunately Kickstarter doesn't work like that. But what we can do, we have something for you guys. We have thought of interacting with our backers, and this is only a special deal for our backers. We will make a price for within our backing community for an extension kit for the Printominati collection, to get them for free. And stay tuned, we're going to update that in the next days about the price, the terms, etc., etc. So one lucky guy or girl will get it for free. All right. Guys, more questions? All right, Enough 3D is asking about the ecosystem. Correct. So we have put a Raspberry Pi into the printer because of long-term reasons, that we're actually working on the ecosystem, making sure that you not only can print remotely, you can actually have a more decentralized approach. For example, you can even receive orders from a website, and your printer will start, and you will actually print. The printer will print, and you will earn some money aside just for having your printer work like a decentralized farm. We're working on that, especially on the preparation on that. We have some partner in mind. It's an American company. We can't tell you more about that, but that service is going to go live in March, latest April next year. And even yourself, because of the Raspberry Pi, you can create even your own ecosystems within your own community. And maybe what's Raspberry Pi we're using, Martin?
Raspberry Pi 3 Model A.
Yes. Great. Hello, Martin. Right. Guys, maybe let us know, what would you like Bart to test this baby on, to print, or what would you like Bart maybe to do in the next days with that, and how can the 3D print man give you updates on that? What are your kind of wishes to him?
That's a good question.
Please drop your questions in the chat now.
I will do that, Steve. The full width print. That's done.
And can Richard update the Raspberry Pi to a newer version?
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can replace it. You will need another case.
Yeah.
You can also use the same screen. It's no problem. That is, yeah, should be fine.
All right, it's a quite interesting question because we talked about belt printers in belts in the beginning. But what makes this belt better to other belt printers?
So this this belt is it's not made from nylon like belts from other companies or belts we used before. So this has a better surface and a more rough surface. So prints stick better to it, and they are more stable on this belt because it's also very stiff because it has a special pattern inside that makes it very stiff. So you get no bending of the belt. So this helps a lot with the warping, and it is very durable. It does not lose its color, and it is actually very affordable. So it's not this is not only good for us, but also good for you because the replacement belts will also be quite cheap.
How come is it okay? It's affordable, and what about how complicated it is to replace the belt?
That's not complicated. Our engineer can do it in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so. You you have to take some stuff apart, but it's really not a problem, and you don't have to do it so often. So
That's important.
All right, and there's a question about a fan of Mandalorian. Would it print a Mandalorian helmet in one part, in one piece?
one piece.
I don't know if that's
Depends
gonna
on the
fit.
size of your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have a small head, maybe.
You have 180 millimeters on the.
Yeah. So when that is enough,
I don't think it's gonna fit.
maybe it's possible, but I also don't think it's going to fit. Maybe for children.
Yeah, for children it might be possible, but it's better to cut them in two halves than in like 5 parts, right? Because the the model of the Mandalorian helmet, how many parts does it have now? Does anyone know that?
And while we're looking this up, Martin.
You could also print all the parts that it has in
series. In series.
Just throw them in, and then they come out automatically.
We have another question. Could the gantry height be raised for taller prints?
Yes,
on a bigger
you
printer,
can
right?
exchange the gantry if you like, but you would have to change a lot on the printer. We also have bigger printers and other printers that are larger. So we have one printer that can print up to 30 centimeters high, and one that's even more. So, of course, this is all possible with the Dell printers. But on this unit, you would have to change quite a lot here.
Yeah, because if you're gonna try to pull this up, the angle is not 45 degrees anymore.
And it will be much larger. So this is made to still fit on a table to have desktop size. Actually, we use two Kallax from IKEA. So you put two behind each other, and then the printer fits perfectly inside. So this is made in this size to still fit everywhere. So it's easy to use.
I had today a quite interesting question on Facebook. It was a personal message where a user asked for 5 extensions in a row.
Yeah, it's possible.
He wanted to order 5 extensions in a row already by December because he wants to print large objects. I know we are saying infinite. Everybody's saying you can print in theory infinite. What do you guys say? Can these motors actually do in terms of meter long, or what are the parameters? How you can kind of judge how long it can print?
So we tested 2 meters. That is possible. But so if you do like the full build volume, so really the full size
Yeah.
with a high infill percentage, and then you have it like 2 meters long. Of course, the piece is heavy, and the motors they are limited by the torque that
I
they
think
can have.
as long as it's leveled on the bed, it should go on for.
Yeah, but at some point the weight's too
Yeah,
high,
of course,
and the
but
motors
in
can't
theory,
handle it. But you can switch the motors for motors with a gearbox,
mhm,
and they have a lot of power.
yeah,
And this is a very easy switch. And then you can print even larger parts.
yeah.
I'm talking about larger parts. I mean, do we at the moment, from the small commercial printers, I mean, there are companies like Black Belt out there that are doing quite large models. Can you say something about the print size? Is that bigger than the other company on Kickstarter? Build volume?
This one not.
This one is bigger, I believe.
Everyone, because the print volume on the iFactory is bigger than the CR30, is it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you have as well the company Robot Factory. Is it similar?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Their
maybe
size.
you guys know it better. So, and by the way, respect to all belt printing company, you guys are doing something, a big evolution in the market.
Yeah, nothing but love here.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Right.
the competition helps everybody
Yeah.
to make these printers better.
yes. Right, let's go. How larger up the printer's height you have, larger up the length too. How larger up the printer height you have, larger up the length too. Did you understand it?
No.
No,
How larger up the printer's height you have, larger up the length too.
I don't see.
Maybe Renee.
The length is infinite, regardless how big the belt printer is.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just then like these guys just said, you might exchange the motors or something. And can you say something about our extension, because we don't have a rotating extension. We have some how's it, chrome covered extension. It's like what is this?
Yeah,
Because
these
it's
are just stiff rods, so stiff metal rods that are sitting on these aluminum extrusions, so they can roll a little bit, but of course they are very smooth, so parts just glide over them, just to get some support.
Yeah.
So that is all you need. It's an easy and cheap solution, and gets the job done.
so extension. These things, then we don't have this rollers, or how do you call them? Do you have a TPU sample print? Does the hot end have a wear-resistant nozzle?
Again,
Do you have a TPU sample print? Do you have hot end have? Does the hot end have a wear-resistant nozzle?
yeah, we printed a TPU, but I have no idea where the print is. And the printer does not come with a hardened nozzle, but we do have hardened nozzle, so the nozzle type we use is available as hardened nozzle, no problem. And we will also sell these in the future.
So
Any Mark 8 style nozzle will fit, right? So
Yeah, basically any
Yeah.
with an M6.
Yeah.
all right. What about TPU and even nylon that might require a cover? What can our users do or makers do in order to have a cover? Do we have something? Are we planning something, or can they build something there themselves?
Of course, you can use the Kallax
yeah,
and just put a window on the front and on the back side when it's enclosed.
an acrylic sheet or something.
Yeah. We also tried a plastic bag, so that is see-through. That you just put
Cool.
the printer in a bag, and then in the front it has a latch, so that the prints can come out. That is like a super cheap solution for like €1 or so.
Yeah, you can actually even use a cardboard box or something, quite large one. But you have to keep in mind that the front needs to be open if you print something longer. So yeah,
Yeah, so we have tested various things. I mean, because the printer is pretty big in size, any enclosure is quite costly unless we have actually used a special bag for that, and we have created an own constructions for that. But for the ones who love great design, it's not the enclosure for you. But for the ones who, for example, running a print farm and you just want something functional, it's perfect. It's affordable. It looks weird, but it does the job perfectly. All right, are we gonna publish files of the extension even before March? Is there anything special about the extension?
No,
No.
it's just some aluminium extrusions screwed together with the smooth rods. So we can publish it, no problems, nothing special about it.
Yes, I mean there's no rocket science behind that. Yeah, no problem. So I haven't seen really what you guys would love Mr. Printman
To print.
to do with the printer, because he has now the printer. He can produce content for you guys. So drop please messages what you'd love to see from the 3D Printman.
I am looking if anyone had a suggestion, but no. And I think it's best to not choose a sort, because anyone else that's trying the other branded belt printer is printing sorts. So I guess for me it would be more fun to print something else that's really long. So if you have an idea, just mention it and I will do it for you.
Nothing dangerous.
Nothing dangerous. I will try TPU as well this week. Maybe print a large shoe sole or something for a giant.
There's an interesting
Nerf gun. Well, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I might do a Nerf gun. Yeah.
Rickard already twice mentioned he would like to see the printer printing. Let's do that.
Yeah. Whoa, just.
Can you hold it?
Of course,
because it's difficult for me. Right. I mean,
This is a nice angle, right?
is that angle good for you, Rickard? So guys, you see it in live? I mean, is that fascinating to see a printer printing? Okay, I maybe misunderstood your wish. All right, so maybe be more specific on that. Please let me know if you would like to see more printing videos. Just out of fun. I don't know if I can say it out loud. It's something. Skateboard or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Also.
Skateboard is so cool.
So I got a Nerf gun, skateboard, Gandalf stuff, but you guys already did that, right? Oh,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, it's Gandalf's.
Yeah, no, it's copyright protected.
Yeah.
Could not do that. Was also our first idea.
A lightsaber in one piece. That would be cool, actually. Yeah. We can now actually print those covers for the LED strips that goes in them. So yeah, those are great ideas. Thank you.
Yes, and who would you like us to publish more or less our videos to have like an entire collection, because we are recording nearly every print. Is that something? Is that interesting? because Martin told me that some people actually find it quite relaxing to watch a printer printing. I don't belong to them, but maybe you're one of them.
I'm one of them, yeah.
So you find it relaxing to watch a printer printing?
Yeah, but not on video. So that's my.
Not on video.
No, I want to see it in person. I think people could see me during the stream also. I was
And
watching it quite a lot.
okay, please let us know if you'd like us, for example, to time lapse. Yes, of course we can have like an entire collection of time lapses. Their Creality was streaming the prints.
Yeah.
Good.
I need to roast
watching printers my meditation. All right, unless it's in timeless videos on. So that means publishing more print videos with maybe some music or something interesting would be interesting. What I can share with you guys the first time publicly, it's now was my dirty little secret. I have bought a domain that is called printporn.org. That means makers, users, and us and various other people could upload their own printing videos there, and people who really like to enjoy watching a printer print could just watch that. Would that be interesting to you guys? Just, I don't know, to have a huge collection and then of all sorts of printers printing
Why
stuff?
not?
I don't know.
I think it's a cool idea.
This was just a crazy idea I had.
YouTube for print videos. Yeah, not a YouTube.
Not YouTube, but I don't know.
a
It's,
collection.
maybe there are some guys who love to do that, and while having fun. Cool.
I would like that a lot. Yeah, great idea, Arthur.
Good. So we're actually streaming now over an hour. Please drop us your questions, the final questions now, please. Hello, Belgium.
Is there any food left, Belgium?
Martin. Last time we received, or even the last day, we received a lot of questions. What makes why is our printer different from some other printer or printers on the market? Maybe you explain a little bit some advantages that you explained last week. To summarize, what is the differentiating factor of us?
The same like last week.
Last week, yeah, but we have as well new people on the stream.
So, for example, we are using a Titan style extruder that has a gear ratio, so it has a higher torque to push the filament through. We use these metal rails as the linear motion system, and this is a lot better than these plastic rollers on V rails. We use 2 motors to run the belt, so this makes sure that it always runs synchronous and that there's no slack in the belt, no cringing. That is a really good feature. We have the Raspberry Pi. So with the Raspberry Pi, you get the Octoprint, you get the printer guard, you have the touch screen interface, and basically all the software that you need. The tensioning of the belt at this printer, this happens with a rod in the middle, and this makes sure that is always evenly tightened. And with the other printer, you have 2 screws in the front that you need to tighten, and you never know which screw is more tight, so the belt might move on the.
Let me see if I can do a side shot while you're talking about it. Like that, right?
So the tensioning is happening with this rod here under the belt. So this is pushed from above down on the belt to tension it, and
you can push this forward.
this makes sure that is always evenly tensioned, and we don't use two screws because with these two screws you never know which one is tighter, and then you can have a shift in the belt, and then it is printing sideways. And with this design, you can prevent this. We also have, I think not in this printer, but in the final version, it will be that you have for the assembly to make it easier, that this bracket needs to touch here, so it is blocked here, so you know what position you need. And for the other bracket, it is on this right angled piece in front, so that you have a touching point, so that you know that you have it at the right position. So that makes the assembly of the belt much easier, and that it has the right tension from the beginning.
Yeah. That would make it much more easy. Yeah.
Did Martin explain it the way you wanted, or would you like to know anything more about that, or send us your question now, because otherwise we just have another 5-6 minutes with you before finishing this live session. By the way, we're going to do this live session every week during the Kickstarter campaign, and we're going to do like a short summary of the printer, of the history, and give you as well every week some new information, and even new guests that are going to come up. Especially in the next in 2 weeks, you're going to see us already with more preparation. We're going to show you how the box looks like, that we're going to ship already to the Christmas backers. We already started preparing ourselves, and we're working like dedicated as well on the software part, of course, to make everything on time. How long is the heat zone on the bed, and all the way halfway?
It's all the way. For the longer prints, this is very helpful to have it heated, so you have no warping on the bed. But you can also go away when it is smaller, so that is also possible. But we went for a completely heated bed.
It's an interesting point from CJ Croft. Print something full height and full width. Show the max printing space. It's a great challenge. We will just have to block a printer for that for many hours. So that's the only challenge, and we will definitely do that. We're waiting now for new belts to come this week or next week, and we're gonna grow a printer farm. By the way, we're gonna show a printer farm. Yeah, if the new belts arrive in next week, we're gonna show you already our printer farm, and where we do all of the magic, and we can have a printer just for you in order to print something very crazy big.
I will also try to do a large print, but I'm not gonna make it long. So it's gonna do the full build size, but not infinite or 2 meters or whatever. I can do the complete heat bed or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is the max back temperature?
Of the bed is 100 degrees Celsius.
Right, Richard, you're definitely right. We have to do more updates, and we will give you more updates on the print, etc., etc. And thank you for your feedback, and of course, more info in general. Thank you for your feedback, Mr. Ambassador. Is there any more question? What else would you love us to provide you with in the next days? Let us know. Should we make it like a session on on the software, just explain, go deeper, make a longer video on that, how we like end to end from the beginning until the end the model comes out. Should we make a video like that? What else would you like to see? Would you like to see maybe our printer farm? Drop us your points. What else we can show or share with you? And for the 3D print Belgian, well, we can only ship it in March. Yeah. I mean, we have been creative before. We had all sorts of crazy things. How we have built our own extension, like books, and putting some aluminum foil or something crazy in order to have it like less resistance.
You can also use like an acrylic plate or so, or we also use polymer plates or just some books or so. Any surface will work. So
it was okay, but just in time, just to have something there. But it's for long-term prints, it's definitely not the proper solution. I mean, therefore the extension is the right one. Right, what should we use for belt tensioning the middle roller? What should I use for the belt tensioning, the middle roller, or the front roller? What should I use for the belt tensioning, the middle roller?
The middle roller is just there for the tensioning.
Yeah.
That thingy. Yeah. Speed test prints A. How fast have you had it printing the max speed without loss of quality?
300. 300.
Of course, it depends on the object. Yeah, this is our test on that. And we have videos of that. What else? I mean, most of you would like to see Benjis. So this is a Benji by us.
These are not a great benchmark for belt printers. So
yeah, here, I mean,
they do print, of course,
you
but
see,
yeah,
they are not meant to be for belt printers.
Print something that requires support material.
I already did a little bit. Where's the print? Oh, in the kitchen. In the kitchen. Let me get it because I want to show you that one.
Could you please snap few images to post on social media of those things tonight? The cubes and Benchy as such. Good
I
idea.
did print this on my unit, and on the bottom side, this was fully filled with supports, and it was actually really easy to remove. So, yeah.
We can try to print in this orientation. You would need no support at all.
That would be awesome.
Can you comment a bit louder, Martin?
So when you print this in this orientation, you would actually need less support. You would need no support here, maybe a little bit support for the letters.
Yeah.
But that's dangerous. Maybe you get some bad artifacts here. So maybe you could even print this without support.
But the supports I tried so far worked out really well. So, yeah, just like on any other printer.
Like Orange Dutch? Or Dutch for Netherlands Dutch?
I always use orange. So,
orange.
yeah, it's Dutch orange.
Dutch orange. Could print a model of a person in 4 long sections.
Yeah. So you can print your own wife or something.
Yeah, and upload it on printporn.com.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know, maybe you remember chat roulette.
Of course.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna
Print
be
roulette.
Yeah, print roulette is some hype topic. You know, who knows? We'll see.
The orange guy. No, Mr. Orange is better, Zachary.
The orange guy. As well to our backers, something that maybe more serious topic. We have a colleague who's gonna contact all backers about just understanding you, understanding your expectation to us as a company, as well understanding your expectation to the printer, and understanding how you would like to use the printer, for what topic, domain. Is it more for entrepreneurship? Are you having your own print farm? Are you, how can we basically support you on that? Because this way we will find out if you guys require us already to have some upgraded models, kits, hot ends, test them, make it easier for you, not to experiment and so on. So every backer will be contacted by us. Feel free to participate. It's actually going to be a real conversation, a real phone call, video call, or survey, as you wish. Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable in talking, no problem. We're just gonna send you a document that you can fill out, and it's just in order to make your life easier with us, so that we can improve our technology, improve our service, to give you better experience with us. This was like a small, yeah,
Sales pitch.
it is not a sales pitch. We are
No,
we
joking,
want
joking.
really, we want to do great services
Of
to
course.
you guys, and therefore we need to we want to understand how we can help you guys. Right. I'm not seeing any more questions coming. So this way, I hope we could share some insights tonight, and subscribe to Bart. Ask him lots of questions. Push on Bart that he creates tons of content on that topic, and hope we gave you a bit some new insights this time. And we're gonna do the other video again, same time in a week. I hope we were helpful for you this time again.
There's one question that's really good from William. Can you talk about the technical support to get the backers get if they need? I think your question is what is the technical support after you purchased your printer, right?
Yes. So we offer like a setup call with one of our engineers, which is actually in order to, once you have assembled that, to find out, hey, was it all fine? Are there any issues? Are there any questions? How can we support you in setting up the printer, the software? I don't, like we give you a personal call with a video in order to make sure that you can start. So this is our service from the beginning, and therefore we would like you to participate before in the survey, so that we understand how to prepare. Because keep in mind, we have to hire people, we have to build up a small support team. Even for the first couple of 100 printers we're gonna send out, our aim is really to give you kick-ass support, kick-ass technical support. As well, let us know if you require like videos, just to watch them anytime you want. Yeah, we want to make it there a very good job, because we have listened to lots of feedback that backers or users are not so happy often with various companies on the support topic. Doing a setup call is very nice. Yes, you will talk to our guys, to some nice ladies, guys, maybe even to us. Maybe you're gonna have a setup question with Martin. Who knows? All right. Are there any questions, Bart, on your chat?
No, not anymore.
So, Rick had mentioned it. Do some pictures. Yes, we're gonna do some pictures now, and I give it to our designer in order to publish something on Instagram. I don't know if he's gonna do that tonight.
But no Photoshop. Yeah.
No Photoshop. What do you mean Photoshop?
Said you give it to our designer.
Yeah, no, a designer. I'm talking like to make the nice thingies in the corporate identity. This is what I'm saying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. Cool. So thank you guys. Regarding printer guard, we sort of have price. It's going to be less than €5, less than €5, and then you're going to have some customized offers for the guys with the print farm. Cool. Looking forward for next week. I hope we could give you some answers to any new questions. From the European viewers, I wish you have a good evening, and for the American ones, less than €5, less than €5 per month. Per month.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Richard. Per month. It's going to be less than €5 per month. And wish you a good day wherever you are on this planet we are on. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
have a
thanks
wonderful.
for having me, guys, because this was awesome. Yeah.
You're welcome. Our door is always open, and your audience is gonna hear more about the T-shirts we're gonna give to you.
I will make sure that's going to be a lot of fun for them. So, yeah.
Print-O-Minati T-shirts by Bart, brought to you.
Let's start a new movement, guys. Come on.
New print order.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Have a good day. Bye bye.